My next guest tonight, joining me here for Punky's MixTape, is coming all the way from Chicago, Illinois tonight. I'd like everybody to welcome to the show the band Dead Living. How are we doing tonight?
Doing awesome.
Good.
How's it going?
Doing good. Staying spooky. Doing the best we can.
Yeah.
Always.
Trying to enjoy this nice fall weather while it lasts for a small sliver of time.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see what we get.
Yeah, keeping it crisp.
Keeping it crisp.
Yeah.
For my mixtapers that might not remember you when we played you previous episodes about a month ago, tell us a little bit about the band and who you are.
Yeah. So, we're basically just a garage punk band from Chicago. It's like a range of influences. Like each member has like driving influences and things like that. And that's about it. We've got a mix of like DIY shows and like bars and venues kind of scenes going on. And yeah, that's it for the most part.
Sweet. And introduce yourselves.
Well, I play the drums, and I'm Merlin.
Yeah, I play guitar and I sing and I go by Rake.
My name's ET. Call me ET. I play bass.
Is that because you're out of this world?
Yeah. You're calling home.
Extraterrestrial.
And he loves Reese's Pieces.
Straight, you can't go wrong with the classic peanut butter and chocolate combination. It's one of my favorites.
All right, I mean, it's fucking Halloween time. Gotta get that candy, you know?
That's what's up. That's what's up. And I imagine Merlin's some sort of a wizard.
Yeah, sometimes necromancer, sometimes
Dabbles in the
soothsayer.
Well, actually, I was going to tell you, my name's ET because those are my initials.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, like, growing up, yeah, my friends, my dad and I have the same name, so they used to call him ET. And then growing up, all my friends and from the neighborhood and stuff would call me ET. And, yeah, it just stuck like that kind of
it's family tradition.
Right, and believe it or not, no one's ever really related it to E.T., the Steven Spielberg movie.
Yeah.
No, I'm just fucking.
Oh, really? I'm like, really? Come on.
Yeah, not
Our
even-
generation.
Oh yeah.
Damn. So, and Rake, I got your name. Is it as you said, because what you said before the interview?
Yeah. Well, I guess it started with just like, I don't know, I guess I wanted to separate myself from like art and music and things like that, and just kind of let it do its own thing and not to be like based on like anything I'm doing in my own life and things like that. But it actually comes from inspired by old band names, and like recently we just changed our band name, so you go through so many of them. And one that an old member was featured on the Pale Moonlight EP, Germ from Citizen. Back in the day, he said like Rake would be a great name for a band. If you look it up, it actually means kind of more like a moral, like human being, and or something like that. And, it's a bunch of like varying definitions and stuff, but yeah, I guess that's where it stems from, really. So no one's ever gonna know that. They think like Rake.
No, and that's the type of obscure random shinfo that we appreciate around here.
Oh yeah, for sure. First in.
So you've recently changed your name. So imagine Dead Living something thoroughly new then.
Yeah, just like a couple months. Yeah.
Yeah. I was still calling our band by the old name recently. I'm still getting used to it myself.
Yeah, it's still real fresh. We haven't played out as Dead Living, and I was just looking at our last shows were in January and February, like naturally, and yeah, we're still in circles back then. Yeah, changed it mostly just due to like conflicts on like social media and things like that. So as simple as that, but we're just getting into it and taking advantage of like having shot the music video and all that sort of stuff to just release stuff and have stuff be fresh, even though we're all kind of like not able to do our usual thing, you know.
Let's talk about the video for a second, because first of all, for a DIY video, fucking hats off to you, dude. Like, fucking seriously, it is an absolute blast. Tell us a little bit about making it, because you put a lot into that video.
But we have a lot of credit to give for that video.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's
But
not
don't
easy, yeah.
we don't want to cut ourselves short. We want to put a lot of work into it and time and push this all to get it done. and but we have a lot of people to thank for that one, and we're happy with how it came out.
Yeah,
Looks good. It looks fun, and that's exactly how it was. It captured what we were, how our shows are in the city, and it's a beautiful thing. It's good. Everyone gets to see it and maybe come on by and check it out.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I lost some cartilage on one part though, in my knees
Which shot was that?
from crouching like for minutes at a
Oh
time.
no, yeah. There's a lot of like stunts, if you will, like falling through the door. I think we did that at least like 4 or 5 times.
That wasn't me.
Like, yeah, trying like it was a stunt double, yeah. So yeah, there was a bigger budget than meets the eye, It was like
It was just a Philippines full of salami.
yeah, $400 worth of salami. Yeah.
How long did it take for you to put that together?
Jesus. You know what? Like, I had been planning a lot of that and had tons of help. For instance, like we shot it at this DIY venue, Kombucha Club, and Southside Rich, and like Punk Rock Compound is just like really crazy open to us doing it. Like as soon as I started talking about it, he's the kind of guy that's just like, yeah, sure. He's like, you need this, that, and day of like, oh, it'd be great if we could use your van. Here are the keys. It's like, it was ridiculous. Yeah, could we take this screen off the window? He's like,
you can
Yeah,
trash my
definitely.
house.
Yeah.
I'll trash it for you.
no, seriously, he literally offered for us to, he's like, do you want the place trash? He's like, we have a show coming up, we
Right,
just won't clean up. I'm like, we're like, no, it's fine. We want it just to look, like regular. But yeah, he was crazy open to it. So a lot of credit to him. But
Yeah, thanks to him.
yeah, but I was literally working on a script, a storyboard, the casting, the props and buying all that stuff was little by little, but it was going on for like months, something like that. So it was a long time in the making, and it all happened in 2 shots. There was the party shoot, and then the shoot with the cops and stuff like that, the green screen and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it was like 2 different days.
Yeah, and that was really it. A matter of like a few hours of shooting for like months and months of work and stuff.
It's amazing, like how you pour months and months in, and then it's just kind of gone. And then you kind of have this limbo as you wait for the edit to come back, and you're just like, wow, did we really just, wow, that's crazy. Do we get enough? And you start thinking and second guessing. From years of working on different video projects, and especially when you put so much into pre-production, and it absolutely shows. It truly shows. And for your first music video as the band, it's a fucking grand slam. That's what completely.
Thanks.
And if I'm being honest, what I really loved about it is you brought back some of that classic 90s feel. And the biggest, it seems like a big homage to the Beastie Boys.
Yeah. I feel like, yeah, if we had more time, we probably would have fucked around, maybe did a Sabotage cover or some shit like that, But no, but yeah, it was definitely had those kind of sentiments in mind as far as music videos, because when we were talking about doing music videos, I just really wanted to push for doing things bigger, making stories and skits. The music video cuts off into a mini clip of just the cops and jumps back in, and stuff like that was definitely just a goal, and yeah, definitely an homage to all the videos that we grew up with around those times, 90s and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And the dynamic of a 3-piece band already, and doing a lot of bands have done that, but it really for me it felt reminiscent of the Beastie Boys because of how well it was done. Because you've seen plenty of bands do silly characters and stuff like that, but this is one of the first times I've seen in a while where it's oh fuck, this is really well done. And honestly, it had me wondering with the skits and stuff, what's coming next? Is this gonna be, we're gonna see more of this type of humor coming from you guys and stuff like that?
I'd imagine.
Yeah, I definitely say that's actually a goal for sure. We talked about it, and again, it's gonna have to come down to all of the writing and prep, but that's definitely something we have time for right now. But yeah, most definitely. Because especially after shooting that last one, it just makes it all seem feasible and possible.
Kind of naturally go about it too. Sometimes we'll just be hanging out and ideas get thrown around, just drunk ideas, and some of them actually stick. So
the ones that are funny the next day.
Yeah. That's a true tell.
That's the true tell if you got something good. But like, oh man, this is great. When
I've
when you had like,
you
you
wake
know,
up, you're like, yes, yes.
I'm dead sober and I've had coffee. It's still funny.
then that's when you know that you're on to something.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Write it down. Yeah.
So obviously you get a bunch of different influences and stuff. Tell us just a little bit about your musical backgrounds and a little bit about your musical history.
Well, you said it. I mean, I wasn't even thinking of the Beastie Boys at all, but that is one of the first, like, 90s CDs we had before. I think it was the greatest hits.
Yeah.
But influence-wise, growing up, it was kind of like shit like that. We weren't too exposed to too much punk rock or alternative was the 90s, a lot of rap.
It was like the height of radio back then, you know. So you had a lot of shit to choose from. You know, you had the Beastie Boys rolling, Red Hot Chili Peppers, you know,
Limp Bizkit.
yeah, totally. The Biscuit. And there's all sorts of stuff. I mean, like, you know, some still great like Merlin ET and things like that. There's all sorts of stuff going on. So I guess those were like kind of things that started getting us, at least I know Elliot and I growing up together and stuff like that, got us interested in music. Mike has the most kind of like actual experience with like, you know, having studied what the hell he's doing behind his instrument. He said, you know, oh, Merlin, yeah. No, yeah, we're still getting used to our monitors too. So.
I'm used to it because I use mine for work. But yeah, in terms of my influences, I guess like it started with Led Zeppelin for sure. When I was playing drums,
I fucking hate it.
Hate that, John Bottom.
But yeah, then I got into more like technical stuff, like Dream Theater in high school, and then recently it's been Opeth, which is
You showed me some Opeth, nice.
Yeah. So like more metal, like progressive type stuff, but I also had jazz influences and concert band. Marching band, all the nerd stuff in high school.
See, I even in Maine, I'd played through like different punk and hardcore bands growing up. But like as you get older, your musical taste evolve. And honestly, I'm right there with you with Opeth, dude. I saw them, God, on them and like the Devin and Strapping Young Lad together. It was fucking phenomenal. Like,
Were you gonna say Devin Townsend or whatever?
Yeah, I was gonna say the Devin Townsend project, but no, it was Strapping Young Lad. Then it was a while back.
Okay. I know the name, but I don't know if I've heard him. But yeah, I saw them at the Riv before like everything shut down. So I was glad that was my first time seeing them, and also my last like show. Before.
Oh wow.
That's not a. I mean, if that had to be if that's your last show,
right.
That's not a bad one to end out on.
Wow.
I know it's definitely worth it. I was like right up on stage and shit.
What was your guys' last show? Did you guys get one in before all this shit happened?
It's hard to pinpoint. I mean, like, I'd like to go to a lot of like local shows, like
the one we played, or are you asking?
Or just stuff we.
Yeah, what was like the last? What was the last thing you got to go to before everything shut down?
Oh man.
I'd say the last cool show I went to was recently. It was the Spits. That was fucking dope. That was fun.
Oh, was that at Sleeping Village? No, it was one of the two. Yeah, there was Empty Bottle. I think they played Sleeping Village afterwards. I can't remember, but yeah, I go to a lot of local shows. I'd say without a doubt, almost certainly was at this.
It's been so long, man.
Yeah, it's been months now.
Months of lockdown and shit.
It's all just starting to blur together.
No, really, and that's like, it's terribly true. It's like
their memory's gone, dude.
But it was definitely at Liars Club in Chicago.
I remember shows.
No, yeah, but in my day, it cost a nickel to see 8 bands. PBR for a penny.
You can get drunk on a single gallon of jungle juice.
Yeah.
Oh man. I mean, my last show, I think I saw Tim and Eric live on their tour in February.
Oh, really?
So that was awesome. I was trying to remember who I saw last. I think it might have been Off With Their Heads. I can't remember. And honestly, it's been that much of a blur. But
they play, oh sorry.
I was gonna say we get through the day the best way we can.
Did they play that "Slurp It Up" song?
I don't recall.
It's my one friend showed me some urine orientated album that they had or whatever, and there was like one song called "Slurp It Up."
Okay, nice. It's a deep cut.
That's punk. That's punk as fuck.
Yeah. Only the hippest know about it.
I mean,
no, I don't know their urine body of work.
Yeah.
That somehow that managed to slip right past me. I was trying to think of more piss puns, but I couldn't come up with anything on the fly.
oh,
Kind of. It was a stretch.
This guy didn't miss it.
I actually, speaking of flies, I found out about this bird recently that's called a white-breasted nuthatch, and I thought nuthatch would be a good alternative to like fly. You know, like, oh, your nuthatch is open, man.
Who discovered
I like that. So what Rake, you were saying you go to a lot of local shows, which is great because I try to here, but in like the Portland area, I mean, there's only a handful in Maine. It's not like when living back home in Boston. What's the local scene there like?
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. It's
Yeah.
really, everyone's good. There's tons of good bands. You know, there's never a night you don't catch a good band. Everyone knows how to party over here. I like it. I like it. It's a big city, so you get a big scene, you know.
I imagine it's pretty diverse there.
That's exactly the thing, yeah. Because Chicago's so like, I guess it's not necessarily the case as far as like the music goes, but in general, Chicago's like so segregated, and the neighborhoods are so different from one another. So depending on like what area of Chicago you're in, like the South Side has like absolutely fucking awesome shows. Like they're just like hands down best place to see shows. Like Little Village, Pilsen, always like fucking awesome times. Like some of the best DIYs, and the venues just like vary so much. You know, some like large halls, some like yards and things like that. And yeah, just amazing times. It like really varies, and not just like venues and things like that, but like talent-wise, yeah, but the variety of music too. A lot of the DIYs aren't afraid to incorporate, you know, like things like electronic or like a little bit more like metal and things like that, and varying forms of like punk from like hardcore to like, you know, like more pop or ska or things like that. So it's really a crapshoot when you go, and that's why they're always so fucking fun.
Yeah. Your bars and venues that are around. Can we name a few? Like
Yeah. If you want to give some local drops, please do.
Is that cool? Like Liars Club.
Yeah, Liars Club I mentioned earlier. Yeah, Cobra Lounge.
Live Wire.
Live Wires.
Yeah, Live Wire was like our first show was in Circles. Like with this lineup, I played with these guys. We played with each other in bands for quite a while now in different projects and stuff like that.
Rest in peace.
Oh, the Mutiny! My God, that is just like
That's the thing though.
that's like a Chicago CBGB type place. So such a like a
also has, like any other place, there's cool venues and bars, but they could be anyone's house any day.
yeah.
It's the scene that like, and the people and the bands that do it together and make it happen. The DIY here is fucking dope. Just like any other place. But as far as venues and all that, those are a few. Yeah.
Now that's awesome because that's honestly sounding like kind of how things were like almost 2 decades ago. You notice like things like honestly a little bit more. I mean, obviously not right now, but has it always been like that open and like that diverse as long as you recall?
As far as I would say, yeah.
Well, I know, yeah, like
Dude, man,
like,
maybe I'm in the wrong. Maybe I mean I
love.
love Portland, but damn, dude, that sounds like a lot of fun.
And I only hear good things about Portland. It wasn't Acid Teeth from up there. They came down and played with us in Live Wire. There's so many good bands from up there.
It is a mecca. I mean, it's much smaller, so we only have a few like, you know, kind of DIY, you know, non-corporate venues, but they're amazing, and the heart there is phenomenal, and the bands that come through, like there's a deep love here, and I think that we're since we're not on everyone's main radar, we don't get the biggest tours, but we do get tons of different music. And I think when people come to Portland, they're like, oh my God, like the city's amazing. It's super clean. People are super nice and super helpful for the most part, you know, like I rarely do I have a bad time out in the city, you know? So I got nothing but accolades for Portland, but I'm hopefully going to be coming to Chicago next year because Riot Fest looks really good next year for the lineup.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, I know like especially Ellie and I try like not to miss it. And like I have like unfortunately like missed parts of it, chunks of it from me, so like wasted and shit because we freaking too hard.
I once had to drop his ass home and I went back to the show.
Man, happens to the best of us. But no, yeah,
someone bit his
absolutely,
ankles
yeah.
in the pit. He had to go home.
Well, I'm hoping to come and film. So if I come to Chicago, you guys gonna have to show me around and show me some of these kick-ass venues because I'd love to see some of the local stomping ground.
Like,
Same with you, man.
Absolutely, without a doubt, 100%. Yeah, and vice versa too.
Exactly.
Yeah,
'cause
well,
there's a-
absolutely. Like, I mean, Portland, I can easily throw you a couple different venues to check out that are definitely like all about the punk scene, which is great. Portland's got a good. There's a good. There's always been several punk bands, but there seems to be a resurgence. And I say this all the time, but I think when there's more things and like conflict happening socially, that's when people, I think, in that regards to the genre, they start picking up their guitars and their drums and their bass again, and they're angry and they're putting it into their music. Not that it's all angry, but I feel that at least in this area, whenever we have like a Republican in the White House, it seems like there's a resurgence of punk bands again. And that's probably the only good thing to come out of it.
Not really, especially like ones like this crazy bastard and shit like that. But yeah, absolutely. Things are heated right now in Chicago, and like that's yeah.
I mean, Merlin.
Tried and true. Yeah. Just look at it. It's written all over. Yeah. So,
That's the thing. I mean, tensions are hard, and honestly, it's kind of like what do we do to get into the darkest timeline to make this shit happen? You know?
No, yeah, absolutely. It's
what time
there's so
traveler
much going
fucked
on.
up?
Yeah. It's
Marty
it's
McFly
weird,
fucked his mom.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
Whatever it is, they gave us President fucking Biff.
No, right? Yeah, seriously. Yeah, it's some weird thing we have to go back and fix if at all possible. But no, but it's a lot right now. So yeah, things are heated and things like that. And I wonder how things are gonna resurge. I mean, when everyone's playing again and things like that, I'm sure people have things planned. For right now, we typically just with our writings and things like that, at least as far as like Dead Living goes, don't focus on a lot of like current event type things. Music's like really heavy into just like it's like more personal, like emotional type shit. I don't know if I could call it emo necessarily, but it's definitely emo themes, 100%. But,
There are.
yeah, just a tad. You know, it
That's
sounds
out of the bag.
called like lonely and things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really interested to see like what people come out with. I mean, because people are not feeling this shit. There's a lot going on in Chicago right now. So yeah, I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah, the social tensions are high, and that's the thing. I mean, it's if you're gonna be a band to put the social statement directly into your music, then it's something that's going to take a little bit more, a different type of thought and a different level of emotion. And there's a lot of amazing artists that are doing that. I got to say, honestly, I think right now for like my favorite album of the year, it's like the new Run the Jewels. That's like the powerhouse of like social albums for the year for me. That one just fucking blew me away. But I love just a good punk band with heart. That's a lot of fun. Like No Effects. They have a blast, and sometimes might get serious, but not most of the time.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you just have to go with like, I don't know, just be true to yourselves and things like that. You need to people do need to use their voices. If they got a voice and things to say, then they should absolutely use it because that's what people are fighting for. Like half the time out there, people's basic First Amendment rights are being violated and shit like that. So. You got to do your thing, speak your fucking mind, whatever it is that you're believing in,
With that style of music too, yeah, you get some good lyrics in there, and that style of music for sure.
Oh, absolutely, and you got to do what's most honest with you. If you're a very politically and driven social person, then yeah, put that into your art. But You can definitely tell the difference from when somebody's trying to force it and when it's organic and it comes from the heart.
Yeah, I mean,
You know?
that's gonna happen across the board.
There is, you know, and you can see it, you know, and I'm not here to shit talk anybody, but there are plenty of people that are trying to force them way, jump themselves onto the bandwagon when there's tons of other artists that are doing it organically and real and have been doing it for years. I know.
And it's like, we got to do it. We got to do it. You know, because no matter what we're writing about, we're all going through these times, and regardless, it does affect us. We're all affected by it. So we might be angry or in some other way affected by what's going on now. If you choose to sing about it, regardless or not, you're going to feel that energy at this time, I think.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say I choose to whittle about it.
Yeah. He's a big whittler.
Yeah.
Making wands, Merlin?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I did have an idea to make like cooking spoons where the handles are wands, but
that's kind of cool.
I have to.
Totally random. I was a wand maker for a while. I had a cosplay company, and we made like cosplay supplies, and I made like light up wands and scepters and stuff like that.
That's cool.
So, it's totally random. Just the geek in me.
That's cool. Probably got a few lying around, like one under the bed and shit like that, in case. Just in case.
It'd be cool to see.
In case I get tired, swap out. Shit. So I'm always kind of curious. You guys been playing music for a while. You've done, you know, the local thing. You've played around. What's one of the odd things that have stood out to you from either at a show or like on the road? There's usually like that story that kind of echoes in the back of your mind when you're laying in bed. You're like, oh my God, that was so fucking weird. And you like those types of stories. Does anything stand out over your years of playing music that's just kind of off the wall?
Man, I guess for me, a lot of the early stuff was as far as like DIYs and stuff like that. Like
I'm thinking about
ET and I, like, we've been playing them since we were like 15-ish or something like that. So especially with these house shows, like in our first band, I mean, we just got lucky and just like knew the right people. So and we actually kind of like sort of, our drummer hosted a DIY at the time, I guess is what it really was. And so there's just so many shows, and the things that like, they were basically like half show, half party, but the turnouts were just like absolutely amazing. People were definitely digging it, and just like amongst the whole community and all this sort of shit, like just the most wild things going on. It's hard to even pinpoint, you know? Like it's one of those like you wake up the next morning and you're kind of like have semi-blackout memories, and they're coming back to you slowly. It's kind of the whole like life and playing DIY shows and things.
I could go on forever. I can think of so many things.
Yeah, it's hard to say what stands out.
There's been times we were young, and we, like, one of our first shows, we were late. We couldn't find the place. You know, we barely like were old enough to get in. And fucking the second band had to play before us. We go on stage, and we're, you know, halfway through the set, we're smoking bowls and stuff, and everyone's like, "Yo, what the fuck, you guys?" We kicked ass though. I guess, you know, so no one really cared.
We were talking about this yesterday. Like, we had a really great response, but I found out yesterday how pissed people were that week. I didn't realize how late we were.
Certain people.
Yeah, certain people.
I went tears, like, you know, now we're a little bit older. You know, some little shit came in like that too, you know. But
but it was a great show. People had a great time.
I mean, there's been times where we weren't even allowed at the mutiny, and we're like 20 years old. Like, where's your ID? Yeah, man, I'm just trying to give you my demo.
Oh, yeah,
like,
just
you
like
know, I'm gonna be 20. Like,
getting
get
kicked out.
the fuck out of here!
Yeah, getting kicked out of bars because we're too young to be playing.
I'm already drunk, man.
But, speaking of the Mutiny, though, the Mutiny had some of the craziest shows I remember. Like, because they're long.
Go on. There's tons of stories with that. But now that you mentioned that, that's cool. I'm gonna start thinking of one that's
I can't
kind of forget.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say, but yeah, that Mutiny venue that we had mentioned. I love crowd surfing like a whole lot, and I managed to do it. And it's such a small venue, this place. You know, it's like a sliver of a bar that like goes a long ways. And somehow I managed to crowd surf this one day, and this girl that put on the show was like egging me on to like kick the panels of like the roof. and now they closed down and they're like giving away panels and things like that as like memorabilia now and stuff like that. And it was just
there's been a lot of horror stories as well. You know, I had a show I was talking about yesterday. We were fucked up yesterday. That was Saturday, the day before yesterday. There was a show where I busted my knee. Like the band before us was like pouring beer all over his head, and we go on there, and I'm jacked. I'm rocking out, just jumping, and all of a sudden I slip on the beer. Dude, I swear I tore my ACL. Now you got me thinking, man. You got me thinking a bunch of shit.
Oh.
Yeah, there's some horrors as well in there too.
Oh man, did you finish the set?
Dude, I totally finished it, sweating balls, and the guitar player broke a string. I'm like, I could get through this shit. I thought I broke my leg. I could get through this shit. I'm sweating. He breaks a string, so we're on the stage just sitting there for extra time. I'm on one leg. He gets a string fixed, breaks it again. I just decide to sit down. People are like, hey, man, you all right? You okay? God, yeah. Oh, God. Went to stand up in a wedding the next day with a knee on fire. Oh, dude, so bad.
That definitely sucks. Oh, man. See, I got one, and it's been in tons, but I was in the crowd. I got spin kicked and shattered half my face.
That sucks. Yeah.
Yeah. I tell it almost in like any time. It's like, oh, we're talking about horror stories. Like I've mentioned it.
That's a horror story.
Previous interviews, but spin kicked, wrong place at the wrong time at the pit.
You really like break bones?
Oh yeah, my orbital, my cheek, and my nose.
Jeez, your orbital. That's a blowout, man. That's
Yeah.
a blowout.
How far into the show was it?
18 minutes.
Oh man, weak shit.
That happened to me at one of the Riot Fests. It was a special. I as soon as I got in the pit, Alvin, I'm like, dude, that set me in my place. I was like, all right.
Were you covering that everybody's kung fu fighting song or what?
No, I was actually just an attendant at a show. It wasn't even me playing live. I just went to a show, was there 18 minutes, spin kicked, and then that's it.
Yes, man, that's fucking rough.
It definitely.
Can you imagine how often that shit happens, though?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is, before that, I was at a very different mindset when going to shows, and I was very angry and going to the metal and hardcore shows and punk shows that I was, and I was an asshole. I was working walls. I was breaking up areas that weren't pits, and it made me step back for myself.
Yeah. How many faces have you broken, man?
It was definitely like, not to say like I'm big into karma, but that was definitely a fucking karma moment right there. Like, you're a fucking asshole. Stop hate moshing. This is what happens in the world. Although that I wasn't doing anything. I had a margarita in each hand walking across the
Oh
pit.
no.
Yeah, just got drinks. It was my second round, and Marg's down.
All right. What's the like a funny moment you've had at?
Oh man.
One time I fucking took a whole hot dog, bread and all, just fucking like two of them in my mouth, shoved it down. Like it was like trying to like eat as many as we can
at a show. Like what is this?
Do you remember the garage show at LC? Whatever. See, I'm thinking.
Where do you keep getting these hot
dogs? LC 50. Is that what you're gonna say?
Never mind.
Okay, I got another real good one actually. Riot Fest. So Riot Fest, I was I love crowd surfing like I was saying, so I'm crowd surfing like a motherfucker. And I fall down because everyone I kept not wanting to go to the front. Once you go to the front, they like throw you around the back, and I was like, so I kept telling her, I was like, just fucking drop me and shit like that, pleading with everyone. So they dropped me, except I lie like crossed down on the ground, and all my limbs are surrounded by feet. And I couldn't move for like the life of me and shit like that. Like I couldn't bend my knees. I couldn't and I'm thinking like someone's gonna like step on my head or some shit like that. So dude, this is like embarrassing.
And this was day 3 of
the
Rat Fest, bro.
Dude, I gently bit some guy's ankle, and he's like, "There's somebody down there." So they all helped me up, and I just like kind of pat him on the shoulder and like run away and shit like that. Like absolutely fucking ridiculous. To this day, I always wonder if it was totally necessary or not, but
you couldn't use your hands.
Yeah, no, I really couldn't. I was like surrounded. I'd like to think that it was my only choice. So.
Oh my God, just
Like,
arms out, laying down, getting
was a
martyred
little
and
bit scary,
crucified
man.
in a riot fest crowd.
Yeah, it was a little scary.
That sounds like horribly suffocating. That sounds like some Jon Snow Battle of the Bastards shit, just like in a stack of bodies.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, right.
Especially when you're in the state of mind.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For real.
If that that will definitely have an effect on a show. That's for sure.
No, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Especially depending on the band. Oh man, I've made some.
Oh my God, and so many. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, I feel like the shows, especially Ride Fest, with such big crowds and such big, just like bands, and it's like, you know, like crowd surfing there is like that. Cloud 9 and the pits there, just like fucking amazing. And sweating, no matter what you're doing or drinking or what have you, like sweating it all out feels like amazing. So yeah,
honestly, like just seeing that like Pup is playing was like, all right, well, I guess that's the closest they're coming so far. So it's all that's all enough reason. I just tell my better half, I'm like, well, Pup's playing, so we can just totally fly to Chicago. That's fine. We can go see, you know, and then of course all the other bands, you know,
yeah.
Pup. Most importantly, Pup's playing. They're a bucket list band for me. I'm yet to see them.
Yeah, any reason to get over here, just come by and we'll show you too good of a time.
That
Yeah.
that me and my liver will be there.
Yeah.
So before we part ways here, where can we find your tunes online?
Right now, a little bit of everywhere right now. We Spotify, we just recently pushed to get on. Bandcamp is the place that you could stream and purchase and all that sort of stuff. The 2 albums that we put out. We're all over Instagram and like YouTube. We're going to be kind of constantly posting as much as we can. Just even on YouTube right now, we have songs that we haven't released yet because we just recorded recently. So yeah, we're not bashful about sharing material. We're just going to try to keep it coming. So you can find us just about everywhere right now: Facebook, Instagram, and like Spotify, Bandcamp, all the good stuff. You know.
Perfect. Awesome. Any final thoughts before we part ways?
Keep fucking rocking and rolling.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on in the world right now, but
Yeah, I mean,
I thought you were gonna tell me to keep fucking
wear
for
your
just a
mask.
second.
Wash your hands.
yeah, stay safe.
Yeah, stay safe. Keep practicing your First Amendment rights at the top of the Constitution. Wash behind your ears and ankles.
That's true. That's true. You guys, my guests tonight have been ET, Merlin, and Rake. They make up the band Dead Living out of Chicago, Illinois. Thank you so much for hanging out tonight. We're gonna check out some of your music. We're gonna check out your music video. Hang tight, mixtapers. You're gonna enjoy.
Awesome.
Thanks
Thanks for having us, man.
Oh, thank you guys for hanging out. This is a blast.